I grew up in middle-class rural suburbia. I went through all the customary rites of passages, but none of them, not even my vision quest, would prepare me for my horse-filled future. Trigger was my first horse. I slept with Trigger. One night I bit him on what I thought was his neck, and he flew out the window. This is my sister. She was nuts about horses. The poor girl went both bow-legged and pigeon-toed at an early age just from reading Black Beauty. On family vacations, my sister got to go on trail rides. I was stuck on the blind pony led around by the alcoholic cowboy with a name like Red. One day my dad bought my sister a horse, the non-blow-up kind. The horse was carnivorous. Horses are not carnivorous, my sister said. Having seen National Velvet and every episode of My Friend Flicka, she'd become a leading authority on horses. Then why did he bite me? Because you don't understand them. I do too. They're monsters. You can't even tell the difference between a gas can and a gaskin. Can too. But the truth is I didn't have a clue what a gaskin was, nor did I care. I was far more interested in important matters like the next episode of Star Trek. 20 horseless years went by. My wife, Carol, and I were passing through Baker, Oregon. We stopped for a cup of coffee. We never left. The blame rests with the Blue and White Cafe. Waitresses circled in perpetual holding patterns to refill cups. They wouldn't stop. On my 5th cup, I said, "This looks like a nice place to live." It was the coffee talking, not me. Carol's response put a speeding bullet to shame. "Shall we?" The coffee and our savings bought us an old farmhouse with a shop and a small log barn on 5 acres. It was an hour from town, beyond blacktop, beyond power, and as my friends assured me, beyond reason. But it seemed reasonable to me. I was going to live the simple life. I never knew a simple life could get so complicated so quickly. More and more, I saw less and less of the country I came to live in. Then one day a small brown package arrived, addressed to Carol. The package contained a bridle. Carol held it up with admiration. "It was my mother's," she explained. "I didn't know she wore one," I answered. When our relationship settled back onto speaking terms, I asked what the bridle was for. The horse looked innocent enough, but so do baby rattlesnakes. Carol said his name was Regal, but that lasted only until Delbert, our neighbor, arrived. Delbert circumnavigated the horse several times, took off his hat, scratched his head, and muttered, "Son of a bitch, you bought old Killer." "Killer," I said, concerned. "His name," Delbert said. "Why Killer?" Carol asked. "Killed a hand in the lookout country." Delbert, noticing Carol's apprehension, said, "Oh, I wouldn't worry about him. He's so old now you'll be lucky if you can get him to move." But Killer did move. Just the promise of food would incite him into a one-horse stampede. Nor was there anything wrong with Killer's appetite. He would suck in several lungfuls of air, then his head would disappear into the manger, and it wouldn't come out until every molecule of hay dust was gone. Over the next months, Carol rode Killer. She rode him for hours, and when she wasn't riding, she groomed him. One day I returned home to find a second horse, Flash, had mysteriously appeared. Killer got lonely. Besides, I thought we could start riding together. You can ride Killer. I thought, what the heck? Learn to ride, see the country by horseback. But my ideas about this and Killer's differed. My thoughts were of good old horse-man bonding. Get on my horse, go for a long walk, and contemplate life. Killer's idea of letting me see country was a Sputnik-type launch. The old up into the stratosphere where by simple geometry, the higher you go, the farther you see. Heading for the barn, he didn't wait for my return to earth. Carol commented she'd never seen a ride quite like it. "Next time," I said, "I'll save myself the trouble of saddling him up. I'll just go climb a tree, enjoy the view, then jump out head first." That spring a third horse, Hannah, appeared. I'd been gone for a short time, and returning home, there it was. "Oh, Flash doesn't like Killer," Carol explained. I didn't say, "Isn't 3 a crowd?" because technically it wasn't. Flash, who I thought was growing fat, was pregnant. By fall, another horse, Shadow, arrived in my absence. When the next spring rolled in, I discovered that both Hannah and Flash just happened to be pregnant. Carol merely shrugged when I asked her what was going on. "Look," I said, "horses just don't appear out of thin air. And all these pregnancies, it's worse than a high school. I don't think anyone's stallion got loose, and I don't think these are immaculate conceptions, but I am getting highly suspicious that that horse trailer's been out taking unsanctioned trips. If this keeps up, we'll need more land. I've already talked to Delbert. He says he'll sell us that 160. That's scab rock. Oh, just for grazing. We'll need more hay. We'll haul it in. Where do we store it? We'll build a hay barn. I'm not hand stacking hay. We'll buy another tractor. And how will we feed them? But she had all the answers, all except for one. And how many horses are we talking here? Remember the Star Trek episode with the Tribbles? The cute little fuzzy cuddly things that everyone fell in love with and wanted to hold and pet? But they multiplied faster than the national debt and were probably using Scotty's dilithium crystals as mineral licks. "18 years and 33 horses have now passed. The Blue and White Cafe is closed. Killer and Flash are long gone. I forgot how the Tribble episode ended, just like I'm uncertain how it's all going to end with these horses. Delbert sold us the 160 acres. He died 3 years later. Currently we are down to just 14 horses. The new hay barn was built, as was the arena that Carol is riding in at this very moment. Her obsession has not waned. Sometimes, though, I wish she had chosen a cheaper habit, like flying or yachting, or say just a good sound heroin addiction. As for my blow-up trigger, one just sold on eBay for over $300. I'm not sure, but he might have been mine. The description said he was still in good condition and only had one patch covering what appeared to be a small set of teeth marks on his gaskin.